In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the Kaaba in Mecca, Islam's holiest site, is far more than a physical structure. It serves as a spiritual and cosmic center for Muslims across the world. It symbolizes a universal harmony, deeply rooted in the teachings of the Quran and Hadith. Remarkably, modern science also supports the idea that the Kaaba's central role aligns with the dynamics of the universe, from the smallest particles to vast celestial systems. In Surah Yasin, Allah states, "Each one is swimming in an orbit." 36:40. This verse unveils a profound truth. Everything in the universe, stars, planets, even subatomic particles, follows a set orbit. On a macro scale, the celestial orbits of planets, moons, and stars echo the circular motion of Muslims performing tawaf, in circumambulation, around the Kaaba. Just as these heavenly bodies revolve around centers of gravity with precision, believers revolve around the Kaaba in unified, harmonious motion during worship. Here's something remarkable. Most celestial bodies, planets, stars, and galaxies, move in a counterclockwise direction. This is the same direction Muslims follow while performing tawaf. Whether it's the Earth orbiting the Sun or galaxies spiraling around their cores, this counterclockwise movement is mirrored in the rituals around the Kaaba. This parallel underscores a deep, symbolic connection between the cosmic order and acts of devotion, both revolving around a central, unifying point. Looking deeper, the pattern persists even at the atomic level. In atomic physics, electrons orbit the nucleus in defined paths, much like planets orbit the Sun. The structure of the atom, featuring a dense central nucleus with electrons revolving around it, bears a striking resemblance to the Kaaba at the center of Muslim worshippers. This correlation suggests that from the microcosmic to the macrocosmic, a divine symmetry and centrality exists throughout creation. Across many ancient civilizations and spiritual traditions, there is a concept known as the axis mundi, the cosmic axis believed to connect the heavens and the earth. This central spiritual point, where the divine meets the material world, is reflected in Islamic tradition through the Kaaba. According to belief, directly above the Kaaba in the seventh heaven lies Bayt al-Mamur, the frequented house, visited continuously by angels, as mentioned in the Quran. Above it is the throne of Allah, further affirming the Kaaba's role as the heart of divine connection. Let's now explore the mathematical and geographical significance of the Kaaba's location. Have you ever wondered why Allah chose Mecca as the sacred place for Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, to build the Kaaba? This site holds not only spiritual importance, but also remarkable geographical precision. In Surah Al-Imran 396, Allah declares, "Indeed, the first house of worship established for mankind was that at Mecca, blessed and a guidance for the worlds." Here Mecca is referred to as Mecca. Interestingly, the verse contains 47 letters, and the word Mecca appears after the 27th letter. Some scholars and researchers interpret this alignment numerically and symbolically, seeing divine intent in even the structure of the verse itself. When we divide the number of letters before the word Mecca, 27, by the total number of letters in the verse, 47, we get approximately 1.74. This figure is strikingly close to the golden ratio, a number that holds profound significance in mathematics, nature, and design. Understanding the golden ratio. The golden ratio, often denoted by the Greek letter phi, is approximately equal to 1.618. It represents a special mathematical relationship. When a line is divided into two parts, the ratio of the whole length to the longer part is the same as the ratio of the longer part to the shorter one. This unique proportion is considered aesthetically pleasing and harmoniously balanced. This ratio is not merely theoretical, it appears throughout the natural and human-made world. From the spiral of seashells to the layout of ancient architecture, the golden ratio seems to underpin much of what we intuitively perceive as beautiful and well-ordered. One of the most elegant manifestations of the golden ratio is found in the Fibonacci sequence, a series of numbers where each number is the sum of the two preceding it: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on. As the sequence progresses, The ratio between consecutive Fibonacci numbers increasingly approximates the golden ratio. This convergence reveals a hidden order woven into mathematics and nature alike. Historical reverence for the golden ratio. The golden ratio has fascinated thinkers for thousands of years. The Pythagoreans, an ancient Greek philosophical and mathematical school, considered it a symbol of cosmic harmony. They discovered its presence in the pentagram, a five-pointed star that embodies balance and proportion. Later, Euclid, often called the father of geometry, referred to it in his seminal work Elements, circa 300 BCE, as the extreme and mean ratio. He explored its use in geometry, especially in constructing regular polygons like the pentagon. During the Renaissance, the golden ratio experienced a revival as scholars and artists sought to rediscover the classical ideals of symmetry and proportion. Luca Pacioli, an Italian mathematician, authored De Divina Proportione, the divine proportion, in 1509. This treatise, which extolled the spiritual and artistic significance of the ratio, was illustrated by Leonardo da Vinci, who also employed it in his masterpieces, including the Vitruvian Man and the Last Supper. The golden ratio in nature, a divine signature. One of the most fascinating aspects of the golden ratio is its ubiquity in the natural world. Sometimes called the fingerprint of God, it can be seen in countless forms. In plants, the arrangement of leaves, seeds, and petals often follows spiral patterns governed by Fibonacci numbers and the golden ratio. This arrangement, known as phyllotaxis, optimizes exposure to sunlight and rainfall. In the cosmos, spiral galaxies, like the Milky Way, often exhibit proportions related to the golden ratio in their arms and structure. In the human body, the golden ratio appears in facial features, limb proportions, and even in the geometry of DNA. This remarkable consistency suggests that the universe may be designed with this divine proportion in mind, a universal template that connects all levels of creation, from the atomic to the astronomical. The golden ratio in nature. The golden ratio appears in many well-documented natural phenomena, especially in the growth patterns of plants. From the arrangement of leaves to the structure of flowers and seed distribution, this mathematical ratio serves both functional and aesthetic purposes. One of the most striking examples is the sunflower. Its seeds are arranged in two sets of spirals, one clockwise, the other counterclockwise. The number of spirals in each direction typically corresponds to Fibonacci numbers, and the ratio between these numbers closely approximates the golden ratio. This arrangement allows the seeds to be packed extremely efficiently, maximizing the use of space within the flower head. Similarly, the placement of leaves around a stem, a pattern known as phyllotaxis, often follows the Fibonacci sequence. This is not a random pattern. It allows each leaf to receive optimal sunlight exposure while reducing the shadow cast on the leaves below, enhancing photosynthesis efficiency. Even the number of petals in many flowers aligns with Fibonacci numbers. Lilies typically have 3 petals, buttercups have 5, daisies may have 34, 55, or even 89 petals. All of these are numbers in the Fibonacci sequence, reinforcing the golden ratio's role in shaping natural design. Branching patterns in trees also reflect Fibonacci proportions. A single trunk splits into 2 main branches, which then divide into 3 and so on, mirroring the numerical growth of the sequence. This structure ensures balance and stability while maximizing surface area for light and air. The golden ratio in the cosmos. The golden ratio's presence extends far beyond Earth, reaching into the structure of the cosmos itself. From galaxies to planetary systems and even black holes, this proportion is echoed in the architecture of the universe. One of the most elegant examples is found in spiral galaxies. Galaxies such as our own Milky Way exhibit a spiral shape known as a logarithmic spiral, a form directly related to the golden ratio. The arms of these galaxies spiral outward from the center at a consistent angle, maintaining a harmonious and balanced appearance across vast cosmic distances. The influence of the golden ratio is also seen in the orbital spacing of planets. Some astronomers, including Johannes Kepler, observed that the distances between planets from the Sun show patterns reminiscent of harmonic and geometric ratios, many of which align with the golden ratio. These ratios contribute to the gravitational stability of planetary systems, minimizing orbital chaos and maintaining long-term balance. Even black holes, the most mysterious entities in the universe, seem to reflect golden ratio principles. Recent studies suggest that the event horizon of a black hole, the point of no return, may exhibit proportions linked to the golden ratio. The way black holes form, merge, and emit gravitational waves may also involve dynamics influenced by this universal constant. Some physicists, such as Max Tegmark of MIT, have proposed that the golden ratio could be embedded in the fabric of spacetime itself. This implies that the golden ratio may be linked to the very constants of nature, such as the speed of light or the gravitational constant, hinting at a deeper mathematical harmony underlying all of creation. The golden ratio in the human body. The proportions of the human body astonishingly reflect the golden ratio, a mathematical constant associated with harmony and balance. Ancient Greek sculptors, such as Polykleitos, intentionally applied this ratio in their art to depict what they believed to be the ideal human form. His famous treatise, the Canon, was based on using mathematical ratios to achieve bodily symmetry and proportion. Numerous examples of the golden ratio can be observed in human anatomy. The length of the forearm compared to the hand. The distance from the navel to the floor compared to total body height. The relative lengths of finger bones, where each bone's length often follows the Fibonacci sequence, approximating the golden ratio. The torso's proportions, such as the ratio between the head and torso, or between the upper arm and forearm, also converge around 1.618. These natural proportions contribute to our perception of beauty, symmetry, and physical harmony in the human form. Even the human heart, the center of life, exhibits golden ratio patterns. The spiral arrangement of cardiac muscle fibers and the geometry of the heart's ventricles align with logarithmic spirals found throughout nature, governed by the golden ratio. This anatomical design enables the heart to pump blood efficiently, conserving energy while maximizing output. Moreover, the timing between heartbeats, during what's known as normal sinus rhythm, follows a fractal pattern linked to the Fibonacci sequence. This pattern plays a crucial role in maintaining homeostasis and consistent blood circulation throughout the body. Incredibly, the structure of DNA, the fundamental molecule of life, also reflects this divine proportion. The ratio of the length of a DNA double helix to its width is approximately 1.618, reinforcing the idea that life itself is encoded with mathematical perfection. The golden ratio in music. The golden ratio isn't confined to physical forms, it resonates in music as well. The frequencies of musical notes, intervals, scales, and harmonics often follow patterns aligned with Fibonacci numbers and the golden ratio. Composers like Johann Sebastian Bach and Ludwig van Beethoven use these principles consciously or intuitively in their compositions. The result is music that resonates deeply, both mathematically and emotionally, with listeners. These examples demonstrate that the golden ratio is not merely a mathematical curiosity. It is a universal constant that weaves together the physical, biological, and artistic aspects of existence. It suggests that mathematics is not just a means of measurement, but a reflection of the deeper design of reality. The geography of Mecca and the golden ratio. Now let us return to Mecca, the spiritual heart of Islam, and explore its fascinating relationship with the golden ratio from a geographical perspective. Located at approximately 21.42 degrees north latitude and 39.82 degrees east longitude, Mecca lies at a unique geographical position that has sparked the interest of scholars and researchers alike. Every day, millions of Muslims around the world face Mecca in prayer, a powerful symbol of unity, direction, and submission to the divine. During Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage, Muslims from every continent gather in Mecca, emphasizing its role as a spiritual center for humanity. But is it possible that Mecca is not only a spiritual center, but also a mathematical one? Some researchers have proposed that Mecca is situated at the golden mean point of the Earth's surface. When Earth's dimensions are considered as a whole, Mecca appears to lie at a point that divides the planet's surface in a proportion closely approximating the golden ratio. This theory suggests a profound harmony where divine guidance and geographical perfection converge. In this context, Mecca becomes more than a symbolic or religious focal point. It may well be a mathematically precise point of balance, not only for Muslims, but for the earth itself. The mathematical beauty of nature's most harmonious proportion. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting Mecca's alignment with the golden ratio lies in its geographical positioning relative to the Earth's poles and meridians. When the Earth is conceptualized in terms of distances from the North Pole to the South Pole, Mecca's latitude places it remarkably close to what one would expect for a golden ratio division point. Mecca's position between the poles. The golden ratio often emerges when comparing the proportions of two parts to a whole. In this context, we consider distance from Mecca to the North Pole, approximately 7,624 kilometers. Distance from Mecca to the South Pole, approximately 12,390 kilometers. When we calculate the ratio, 12,3907,624 approximately 1.625. Conversely, 7.62,41239, 0 approximately 0.615. This inverse is also close to the reciprocal of the golden ratio, approximately 0.618. Such a proportion suggests that Mecca divides the Earth's axis almost precisely according to the golden ratio, positioning it not only spiritually at the center of the Islamic world, but mathematically at a point of global balance. Mecca's alignment with the Earth's circumference. While the Earth is not a perfect sphere, being an oblate spheroid, its equatorial circumference serves as a standard for geodetic calculations and is roughly 40,075 kilometers. To analyze Mecca's latitudinal placement further, we consider the Earth's circumference at Mecca's approximate latitude, 21.42 degrees north, which is circumference at Mecca's latitude, approximately 37,268 kilometers. Comparing this to the equatorial circumference reveals another harmonious proportion. The relationship between these two circumferences once again echoes the golden ratio, reinforcing the idea that Mecca's geographical location is not arbitrary, but rather part of a larger cosmic symmetry. Mecca and the meridians, east-west proportions. Another aspect of Mecca's mathematical significance lies in its longitude, particularly in its elongation. The distances from Mecca to both the prime meridian, 0 degrees, and the anti-meridian, 180 degrees. Longitude of Mecca, approximately 39.82 degrees east. Distance to the 0-degree meridian, Greenwich, approximately 13,320 kilometers. Distance to 180 degrees east, approximately 13,320 kilometers, the 180-degree meridian, approximately 15,600 kilometers. Calculating the ratio of these distances, 15,600 divided by 13,320 is approximately 1.17. While not identical to the golden ratio, this proportion suggests a near-symmetrical placement of Mecca along the east-west axis, particularly when considered alongside its near-perfect golden ratio alignment with the Earth's poles. A center of cosmic balance. These observations support a fascinating hypothesis. Mecca may represent a point of golden balance, not just symbolically or spiritually, but geometrically and mathematically. Its latitude and longitude both exhibit ratios and spatial relationships that mirror the same mathematical constant that governs natural growth, human anatomy, music, and cosmic structure. Mecca's placement, when viewed through the lens of the golden ratio, offers a profound example of nature's built-in order, a mathematical fingerprint woven into the Earth's design, echoing the principles of symmetry, balance, and divine proportion. The harmony of Mecca's position, a geometrical and spiritual center. The ratios we've examined in Mecca's geographical positioning reveal a remarkable alignment with harmonic proportions, strongly resembling the golden ratio. As we continue to explore the mathematics of Mecca's placement, the number 1.62 emerges once again, a figure that closely approximates the golden ratio of 1.618. This repeated mathematical resonance reinforces the theory that Mecca occupies a central role, not only in the spiritual landscape of Islam, but also within the geometrical structure of the Earth. This alignment is not simply a mathematical curiosity or a coincidence. The connection between spiritual significance and mathematical beauty is clearly emphasized in the Quran, particularly in Surah Al-Imran 396, where Allah states, "Surely the first house of worship established for humanity is the one at Mecca, a blessed sanctuary and a guide for all people." In this verse, Mecca, referred to here as Mecca, is identified as the first house of worship and a guide for humanity. This profound statement not only emphasizes the city's spiritual centrality, but also invites us to reflect on its mathematical significance. As we delve deeper into the structure of this verse, we discover further evidence of its connection to the golden ratio. Mathematical analysis of the verse. The verse contains 47 letters in total, and 27 letters precede the word Baka. When we compare these two numbers, 2,747 approximately equals 0.5745. This value is strikingly close to the reciprocal of the golden ratio, 0.618, which further underscores the connection between spirituality and mathematical harmony within the Quranic text. If we reverse the calculation, 4,727 approximately equals 1.74. This value is extremely close to the golden ratio itself, 1.618, further confirming that the structure of the verse may have been crafted to align with this universal mathematical constant. This subtle yet profound mathematical alignment suggests that the Kaaba in Mecca, as the first house of worship, does not just serve as a spiritual center, but also symbolizes a mathematical harmony, echoing the golden mean that governs the universe. Mecca, a geometric and spiritual axis. Through our mathematical analysis of Mecca's geographical coordinates, its distance from the Earth's poles, its longitude, and the proportions between these distances, we see that Mecca's position on Earth can be linked to several golden ratios and harmonic proportions. The ratios derived from these distances and the unique positioning of Mecca all suggest that the city may indeed symbolize a geometrical center, perfectly aligned with the concept of the golden mean. This intersection of spiritual and mathematical significance reflects the intricate design of the universe, where natural patterns and mathematical principles intertwine. Mecca, as the site of the Kaaba, is not only a spiritual center for millions of Muslims around the world, but also a geometrical center of the Earth, harmonizing the forces of the cosmos with the geometry of the planet. Conclusion. From a mathematical perspective, Mecca's alignment with the golden ratio showcases the elegance and balance inherent in the natural world, offering a profound connection between spirituality and geometry. As the site of the Kaaba, Mecca remains a powerful symbol of balance, order, and harmony, principles that resonate deeply both in the physical world and the spiritual realm. Thus, Mecca can indeed be seen as the golden mean of the earth, embodying the same symmetry and balance that the golden ratio represents in both the natural world and the human experience.